Okay. Thank you for your patience. Let's see. How's that looking? Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's try that for a little while, I guess. Audio still okay? Everything okay? You guys let me know. Let's see here. I'm missing chat. That's probably really cool. Just making sure there's nothing I need to address. Glad you guys are having fun talking to each other. All right. Yes, Francisco. Still rocking OBS version 15 or version 0.659B, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because when I fix things and upgrade things, they get broke. So I try not to upgrade if I really don't have to. Alright, so back in it now. Not hearing anything from you guys about the audio, so let me just check my sync really quick here, and check. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Check. Yeah, we gotta delay the crap out of me. Alright, let's try this. And check. Oh, gotta delay me more? Are you kidding me? Check. Wow. Surprising. I don't know why the timing gets off. I don't know why it isn't just the same millisecond sync that I should set every time. It's some weird thing. Maybe if I updated my OBS. Check. Oh, that's pretty close. Check. Check. We could delay me just a teeny bit more. This is insane. This is really insane. Alright, let's try this. Check! Yeah, check! There we go. Okay. Thank you for that. You guys don't want me reacting to what's happening in the game 3 seconds early or 3 seconds late, right? Okay. Let's do some Greedfall. We are now... Okay, thanks, Francisco. Have a good nap. I'm not jealous of you yet. I'll be jealous about people going to bed and sleeping later tonight. But energy levels are doing good. I had a nice lunch. I chose to stick with my regular lunch of just, what do you call it? Like a protein bar and smoothie just because I'm eating a lot of illegitimate foods, I wanted to make sure I've got some core, legitimate sources of energy to keep me going here. Hi to you. I'm not sure what the lag is. I don't have it set at the lowest latency because I just do everything I can to try and keep the stream stable. So I think what you're probably looking at, is about 10 to 15 seconds. I think that sounds in the ballpark from when I last kind of tested that. I have been... I picked this game up again recently. I reviewed it whenever it came out months ago, and there's just been such like an avalanche of games, and this one I uninstalled for a little while. I thought because it's so story focused that I was like, well, I've had The Witcher 3 for longer, and that is a game that I will play not for its combat or really its systems very much, but for its story and interactions, the way I can interact with the world and stuff, but I just got thinking after a while, I can't remember what it was, that I just felt like playing Greedfall instead of Witcher 3, you know? Maybe because it was shorter, and because starting the game was more fresh in my mind, you know? And so I was just a little bit more invested, you know? I had some momentum mentally for the story and stuff, and so I got back into this, I want to say earlier this week, and found it to be like the main game it was before... Oh no, yeah, I think it was just after I had reviewed The Outer Worlds that I got back into this, instead of really going hard into The Outer Worlds, which I really enjoyed as well, so I'll probably be getting into that, but no, I've been enjoying this one. And I've even been warming up to the combat in some ways.
Your Eminence, in the name of the Congregation of Merchants, I present my best regards.
May the light bless you and accompany you on these grounds with inspired guidance.
I thank you. We truly wish that this visit will strengthen the ties between our two nations.
I learned that you crossed paths with that of Inquisitor Aloysius. I beseech you to forgive his zealous nature. His faith is absolute, and I congratulate you to have appeased him. Your faith and your diplomatic skills honor you.
Another subject brings me as well. The Malachor. The horrible blood plague decimating our peoples.
A terrible matter that worries us all and reveals our imperfections and sinful nature. For he would never have allowed such an evil to spread without a deeper reason, a fault. Our theologians are certain that the Malachor is the work of a curse, and we have discovered that this island is home to a cult that venerates willfully a horrifying demon.
What a fortuitous coincidence. A practical excuse for sending the Inquisition out to set the island ablaze.
We must unearth this cult and tear it out by its sinister, sinful roots. We started to investigate a village not far from here, where strange happenings have been reported.
I have begun investigations, and I confirm that a demon is certainly active in the area.
Alas, the population is very secretive, and we have great difficulty gleaning any useful information. But if the congregation would help us in this matter, in other words, if the Malachor troubles your cousin as much as myself, report to His Majesty that the destruction of this pagan cult is the only way to eradicate the plague, and his help in obtaining any information from the natives would be extremely welcomed.
Be certain that your message will be transmitted, Mother Cardinal. I look forward to our next encounter.
Okay, so when I left off with this game, I had just had this encounter with this, like, really hardcore, zealous, religious guy, like religious leader. And that was the moment for me that made it really clear that, oh man, they are going hardcore into the stereotypical tropes of the more passionate you are about your faith, the more you're going to be a jerk that wants to judge others, and, you know, so they have just started leaning into some stuff that I'm kind of like, all right, I guess we're doing this again, and I'm getting the sense that like when they talk about like when this woman says, yes, this curse and stuff is revealing things about our sinful nature and stuff like that. Any time that like there's a religion that acknowledges sin, they're usually the ones that are associated with like this legalism, or hypocrisy, or corruption, or something like that, And so it is just in the last couple hours of my playing really revealed kind of where it is likely going to be going with some of the religious themes and stuff that they're playing with. So we will see what happens. I was frustrated by a really binary choice that was forced on me in my encounter with the really religious zealot. I recorded it, and I might make a video out of it sometime, if there's enough other stuff in this game that I see and record to, make a worthwhile video. It's kind of like I did with the Horizon Zero Dawn video series I did a couple years back. But anyway, he was like hardcore zealous, judgy guy that had just burned one of the creatures of the island alive, calling it a demon when, as you're playing the game, you're like, well, I don't think it's a demon. It's just a creature from the island. And he's obviously, ignorant and willfully so, So it makes it a little bit too easy as an audience member, so it's overly simplistic, And I've even heard people that are not Christians that are reviewers in mainstream games media kind of like say, yeah, they're doing this and it's kind of tired, But anyway, when he confronts me, he's like, he said something like, do you confirm your faith or prove your faith or whatever? Like, do you confirm your faith or do you deny it? And basically, I wanted an option. Well, first of all, I'm only a few hours into the game, relatively speaking. Or I mean, maybe, I don't know, more than 5, less than 10 maybe at this point. And there's things about the main religion that is certainly supposed to be representing Catholicism or Christianity in some form. There's questions I have about the main religion that I want settled for myself before I'm going to decide if I would want my character to affirm or deny the truth of this religion. And yet he's forcing this moment on me, and I kind of want a third option where I say, I'm really exploring things right now. And I'm open to hearing what you have to say. There was no option for that. The option was, I have rejected my faith. This God is not the true God, or I wholeheartedly, confirm my faith, And I'm like, where's the room for exploration, And also, you notice that the Queen Lady here, when she talks about the religious guy that I had that encounter with, she kind of apologized for him and said his faith is absolute. And I might be reading too deep into this, but I'm thinking to myself, is that in the writer's view kind of a negative thing? That like absolute confidence in your beliefs leads to this kind of, dangerous zealotry, and I don't know. I do think that acknowledging doubts and questions has really meant something to a number of, some of the non-believers that I've interacted with, but, at the same time, I think it would be ridiculous to say that that we should just be questioning everything and just totally adrift, and that's how faith should really be. I mean, I think faith just represents this journey that we are on, and there are some things that we're going to be very confident about, some things we may be absolutely convinced about, other things will be like, yeah, I'm leaning this way, but I'm not sure at the end of the day, and some things were like, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure that out, and so yeah, I'm just curious as the game progresses, as I talk to different characters, how faith is going to be represented, how a monotheistic faith is going to be represented. The guy that is in the center of the screen right now has just joined my party, and he's some kind of a bishop. So he is like an official representative of this church. And so I am really interested to kind of interact with him some more, have him in my party, and kind of see how they treat that. It's interesting because when I left off with the Outer Worlds, I had similarly just recruited an official member of this kind of monotheistic type of religion, you know, and so I find myself in 2 different games with freshly recruited companions that may give some interesting insight as to what the developers, or the writer, I should say, maybe may or may not want to say, if they're bold enough to make that clear, you know, in their writing. Annalise, please get back to cleaning your room. All right. Hi to you just asked me to say that. I put a please in there. Let's see. Yeah, my boys, this is chores day for them, and so I'm wondering if they're at it or not. Holly had to run an errand, so they might be slacking right now. Okay, so do I have to remove someone from the team? Is that what's going on? I guess I think Vasco is most likely to not get along with Petrus, and so I will take Vasco off the team. Two Nation leads about the Malachor. Okay. So let me see what kind of... Oh, good. Thanks. I'm glad that worked for you. Hi to you. Let me see what kind of quest we got going on here. I don't want to do the arena. That's a bunch of stuff that I'll just kind of naturally do along the way. That I need to progress in the main quest. Meet with Ulan, the leader of Vignamri. My gosh. Talk to the captain. Let me see where some of these things are. That's far away. Okay. How about this one? Where's this one at? That one is likewise far away, even further away. Okay. So is this main quest nearby? Maybe I should just be doing that right now. Nope. How about this one? Oh, that's even further away, isn't it? Okay, so let's go to this town here and progress the main quest here. Okay. We have our direction. Yeah, the combat, as I said in my review for this game, is not what I wanted it to be. I really want... I always want, especially with third-person, I think, RPGs, because you can see your character. I want to have a wizard that can cast all kinds of cool spells. Spell effects, I think, have more of a chance to show off their flair and their sense of drama when in third person. You can see them swirling around you and how they are coming out of your character or swirling around your character or whatever. You can see that more than, say, in a first-person game like Skyrim. So when there's a third-person RPG, I always really kind of hope that they'll have a great mage class system. But I didn't get that here. Certainly not with the variation that I wanted or the functionality that I wanted. But once I let those expectations go and came back to the game after a while, I remembered again how much I did, as I also mentioned in my review, enjoy the world and just walking around in this world, you know, and the brown drabness of it. So yeah. There's a lot of running around, you know, there's no escaping that. But I'm still enjoying it. Oh, is there a question mark that I want to investigate? Well, sure. Oh, it's a camp area. Yeah, I want to unlock those anyway. That contributes toward one of my side quests. There we go. Do I want to sleep? No. No sleepy. Man, I'm gonna have so many leftovers. When I finished my lunch, I was like full. It's kind of sad about how full I was. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to use many of these junky foods. I can travel from there. Travel! They've got kind of a cool thing that helps to minimize the travel time, the loading time between locations. Because you're moving across this map, and it loads you into this cool little campground, and while it's continuing to load the world that you're going to, and I found that that makes a nice time to kind of like check my weapons, spend skill points, buy stuff. They have a merchant here, you know, that you can buy and sell from, and that's a nice, thoughtful little thing that they put into the game, you know. And so I tend to wait and use this time, this travel pause, as they call it, to do those kinds of things. And then the loading times are not near the factor that they could be. I don't have to do anything this time, but... Oh, man. Should I have some crunch in lunch? Maybe a little bit of crunch in lunch? Alright, where am I? Who am I? Who am I? Too much, I was saying. I put too much in my mouth. Now, I apologize if you are interested in this game and don't want any spoilers for it. I am going to be watching all the cutscenes, probably. All the main story ones, anyway. Not necessarily every interaction with every character. Because that's really what this game is primarily for me, is those types of interactions, making those choices that affect the story.
Happy to see you, my dear.
You really don't look well. Have you not yet seen a doctor?
No, it's nothing. You know that I've always had a weak stomach. My nausea will leave me eventually. You wanted to tell me something?
I would like, if you would allow me the honor, to introduce Bishop Petrus, emissary of Ptolemy.
Your Highness, may the light warm you in its holy embrace.
Enchanted to meet you, my father.
I've come here to present respects from Ptolemy and best wishes from the Mother Cardinal.
She has my most sincere thanks. But before speaking further, I would like to discuss matters with my cousin, if you would be so kind.
Any news of your parents?
No. With the time it takes to travel to the continent, it's not surprising. But my father's next letter will certainly be... As for my mother, she's probably too busy planning her next assassination to have known.
Okay, I've seen all that before.
I have been to the neighboring cities, as you asked of me.
Tell me then, was your journey adventurous?
Well, I was able to gain audience with the governors, give them your regards, and glean some information.
I would not have allowed anything bad to happen to him, Your Highness.
Oh, it's just us here, Kurt. Why not continue to call me by my given name? Carry on with your story, cousin. I'm impatient to know what secrets our illustrious neighbors have discovered.
The Bridge Alliance believes that a remedy could possibly be found by studying the local flora. They are quite motivated, but their research expedition has gone missing, and there is no sign of life. And since they themselves are under constant attack, they cannot spare a rescue party to investigate. The Mother Cardinal, in her opinion, believes the Malachor to be the result of a curse.
A curse cast by a demon. an evil creature worshipped by a cult of island natives. If you would allow me to second the request of our Mother Cardinal, we are in dire need of your help. Our inquisitors are hardly diplomats and... But I should let you finish, my daughter.
They have started their investigations in a village where strange events have been taking place, but they are unable to get to the bottom of it. The population keeps its secrets, and Taleme hopes that we might help them learn more about the cult.
This is all extremely interesting. You have lived up to my expectations, as always. That said, we find ourselves between the rock and the hard place. The bridge is already in open conflict with the island natives. Taleme and their inquisitors... We're going to have to tread on eggshells, but let's follow all the clues to their mysteries. We need to help them continue their investigations. Perhaps one will lead us to something useful.
I don't have a lot of men, as well you know, and since I only trust you, take Kurt and any others that seem useful.
If you would allow me, Your Highness, I would be off.
Very well, then. You could start by indicating the precise location of your nasty village.
Of course, Your Highness. I should have thought of that sooner. Allow me to mark the location on your map, my daughter.
Thank you. Have no fear, Constantine. I will take care of all matters at hand.
Anything else?
Are you liking your new role as a governor? How does it...
Honestly, once the thrill of the first few days is over, it's boring. I receive delegations from everywhere. They arrive with their arms full of presents to make me sign some agreements. Most of them take me for a fool, who will be easily convinced by some silver trinket. I would love to simply brush them all off and work. I have so many ideas to make this...
How are relations with our allies?
They bow and scrape, and they so that they can better try to convince me to embrace their point of view. Taleme wants to convert me, and the Alliance assures me that only they will allow us to benefit. They're a bunch of old foxes, but the only thing they really want is to increase their influence.
Alright, I think that's probably good for now.
I'm going to leave now.
Look out for yourself.
Okay. I will do that. Alright, where are we headed to next? Oh man, you guys got me running back and forth. I think there's some side quests I can do closer to this area. Oh, no, it's not that. It was a side quest of some kind. Dang it, I thought there was a side quest here. Well, maybe not. Alright, well, let's go do that. Hey John, welcome back. Just playing some Greedfall here. Let's see here.
Come closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent. Tier pretty alcohol.
Where's the gate? I think it's up here. Maybe not, but hey, there's some treasure. Oh, just 2 gold coins. Whatever. That's disappointing. Well... Oh. Can I get out this way? I think the gate's over there. Okay. There's no mini-map. I kind of wish there was a mini-map. The compass is okay, though. Oh, I thought this was a way out. Crap! Oh, there's the bridge. How am I not getting... Let's see. Oh, treasure! This game has been good for that. For just little things I can pick up wherever I go. Oh, almost missed it! But I didn't. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Here. I think I just blew past it like twice. Okay. Alright. Let's do a little roll on the +2 page of mini topics. This is coming to the end of its life cycle. This +2 page is about to die. There are only 2 topics left. Alright. So that's going to take us around to favorite horror movies, which I kind of talked about this morning during my during the milestone stunts, putting the peanut butter and jelly on my face. But the ones that I have written down here would be John Carpenter's The Thing, Jeepers Creepers, Alien, and Prometheus. The ones that I didn't mention would be Skyline, which is a neat little, I don't want to say independent, but it's like definitely a smaller budget, smaller production scale horror movie by, I think, a pair of directors that, previous to directing that movie, were really known for their special effects work. And it really shows. I think that they, with the small budget they had, really did some really cool stuff with Skyline. I did see the sequel. I might have even reviewed it. I can't remember now. But dang, that was a disappointment. That was such a disappointment. If they make a third movie, then maybe that'll kind of redeem and give a reason for the existence of the second movie. But as it stands, that second movie was a huge disappointment to me. The other one that I didn't talk about, well, I referenced this morning with a quote. I said, "Liberate tu te me." That's a reference to Event Horizon, which is not a movie I can recommend to almost anyone. It's just really stinking dark. It's got some nudity in it that's a little tricky to skip. I get around it by knowing when it's coming and basically resizing the picture on my TV, like zooming in. There's a function on my TV that allows me to, you can zoom in into a particular quadrant of the screen. And so that's what I'll do, because there is some plot stuff going on while that's happening. And so I'll do that to kind of track with the scene. And that's, I can just skip the scene if I'm ever watching it by myself, but I don't ever watch it by myself. The only time I watch that movie, in recent years, is to show it to someone who's never seen it, because I just... the right people that I can kind of recommend it to, I really want them to see it because it's so messed up. It's a very Cthulhu-inspired, or Lovecraft, maybe I should say, inspired space horror movie with gory body horror and stuff. It's really something else. And I watched it with Holly when we were dating, just because I had still just seen it in just a few recent, just like a couple years before, I think, meeting her. I think it came out in '97, and I met Holly in 2000, so yeah, I guess 3 years before. Oh, here's some combat.
To my help, and death to the others!
Oh! Oh, he's right there. Ow. All right. That's right, punk. Got him with my trap. Since I started playing around with those aspects of combat, it's been more interesting and enjoyable to me. I still keep it dialed down to the easiest difficulty, but you know, there's more variety, more things to do. But anyway, yeah, to the right person, under the right circumstances, I love subjecting them to that one, to Event Horizon. Was I moving on to something else? Oh, yeah, I was talking about Holly, watching it with Holly. Yeah. And after we watched it, it was late at night. We turned the TV to Cartoon Network, and we watched that for like an hour and a half before we called it a night. Because we just had to get the thoughts and the images of that movie out of our heads. Now it's to the point where I know the movie well enough that like it doesn't disturb me or weird me out like it used to. And these days, I'm not even certain that I really would like. I'm interested in seeking out another type of that experience. You know. But John Carpenter, The Thing, anytime I can get some body horror, and that's like the king of body horror movies, because it's all about a monster that takes you over, and then as it transforms, it makes your body parts explode and turn into other things, you know. I finally finished up Stranger Things Season 3, which I won't spoil if you haven't seen it. But I'd been told by several people, oh, if you like John Carpenter's The Thing, you should watch Stranger Things, because Season 3 clearly is taking inspiration from it. Which it clearly was. I can confirm now that I've seen it. But yeah, and anything that's kind of like that gore monster type stuff, if that makes sense, is definitely my thing. Yeah, so I feel like that's all I have to say about my favorite horror movie, since I kind of touched on half of that this morning. Okay, so thanks, John, for texting me, letting me know that the stream went offline. I don't know why that happened. I wasn't seeing any dropped frames, significant dropped frames on my side of things. But I did notice that YouTube was no longer streaming, so I don't know why that is, but it should be back on now. Let me know if you run into any other problems again. Let me make sure that my... Let's see. And that was at 12:46, so not too long ago. Anyway. As far as I know, I'm back on. My preview in YouTube is on and showing me there. Not thrilled with the visual quality, but maybe it's better on your end. But I'm not seeing any dropped frames or any causes for concern in the various stream health indicators that I have and that YouTube is giving me. So I'm going to keep going. Search area, ask about the ruins among the miners. Is this where I need to be for that quest? Oh yeah, okay. Please let me know, guys, when you see the stream again. Try refreshing if you don't see me now. It should be back online, period. Thanks, period. So there you go, John. I just narrated that text for you. So I guess I'm just going to talk to these people in this town here. Are you miners? Well, that's a worker. Does that count as a miner? No. How about you? That's a passersby. Search area. You're a worker. Are you a miner? No, not the same thing, I guess. Passerby. Hang on. Let's try this map. No, it's showing me this immediate area here. Oh, here's some stuff I can take, though. This is a call for donations. The mechanism of the old door that blocks the access to the mine was damaged, probably by one of us. We ask you to participate in this operation so that we may buy the replacement parts that the merchant brought us for the mechanism and start working again. Okay. Is there... These are passerbys. I need miners. No, can't go in there. Are you a miner, sir? Oh, looks like you might be. Yes!
Good day. What can I do for you?
Oh, sorry, you're waiting for me now.
Did you build this village?
Not by myself, no. We did it. We have to sleep somewhere, you know. We don't have much here, and we'd sure like the place to prosper and grow. Maybe more miners will come. Then we'd start to attract all manner of merchants and craftsmen. Do you need anything else?
Done. Let's see here. There we go. Alright, I had to refresh my chat. I wasn't seeing your updated comments. Alright. I am an adult. I don't know what that means, John. Let's see here. Ask about the village, and I did that already. Inquire about the ruins.
Tell me about the ruins on the plateau.
You aren't the first to ask me about them, but the answer is still the same. I've nothing to tell you. Not that I wouldn't want to, but I've never been there. There must have been a path once upon a time, but it's no longer there. Maybe it collapsed. Some say that you have to pass through the mines to get there. A few of the tunnels do climb. It's certainly possible, I would say. But those tunnels are all closed, and we have better things to do. The iron ore, it doesn't come out of the ground by itself. Do you need anything else?
Not a miner. Aha! I'm with you now. You've been a dad for a while, haven't you? All right. Did I ask about the mines?
Tell me about the mines.
It wasn't us that first dug them out. They're really old. It takes little effort to unearth the minerals that we want, seeing as how there aren't that many of us. But the time will come when folks hear about it.
Okay, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Find a passage toward the plateau inside the mine. Okay. Well, now we're probably going to run into some baddies. All right. Might be time to eat a donut. I was supposed to eat one of these as my reward. I think instead, I'll eat one now. My reward for finishing up the donation requests and milestones. Yeah, only for 20 years has John been a dad, he says. Man. Alright. Can I inch forward? I'll pause if there's combat. Oh, there's humans here. It doesn't look like a fight. Here, you know what? I need some napkin action going on, so I don't have to commit to eating this entire donut in one go. Right there, my friend. Right there. Your beautiful, beautiful creation. The wonder that is the Boston cream donut from Quick Trip. Hi.
Hello. You lost?
No. Why do you ask?
It's just that we rarely get visitors. Well then, what can I do for you?
What can you tell me about the ruins that we can see up there?
Not a great deal. To my knowledge, no one's ever been able to reach them. There were some officials from the city that came, but when they saw they couldn't easily climb up to them, there must have been a path that caved in. Unless some sort of tunnel in the mine. Anything else?
What can you tell me about the mine?
It's ancient work. The natives must have dug it out a long time ago and then abandoned it. Even if it is strange work for islanders, it looks more like something we would do. We're trying to restore it. The rock is extreme, but the tunnels are very old. You need to go slowly. None of us are in a humour to be buried alive. We did explore a few of them. Exploited the closest.
Thank you, Extra Life.
Still inaccessible.
Very kind of you.
Anything else?
And it is great. Let's see. Oh, village.
If I'm right, this hamlet is home only to miners.
Yes. It's not been all that long that we've taken up residence here. For the time being, we've only been working a part of the mine because the veins run so deep in the tunnels. Hopefully more miners will come, and that will attract other craftsmen to our village. We'll see. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
I'll leave you to it then.
Until we meet again.
Okay. Any What About Bob fans out there? Here we go. Here we go now. I'm gonna get things done. Let's see. Whoa. Nope, okay. Thought I saw a glowy thing for a treasure chest. Oh, danger! Oh my gosh! Poisoned! I gotta get out of here! Okay, I need potions. Oh my gosh, I only have 2 antidote potions? I came totally unprepared. Come in.
I'm getting shoes.
What do you need? Oh, okay. Alright. Wait, what am I doing here? Oh, I switched weapons. I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that. Okay, well, we survived. Everything's fine. But I think I need to go back to the workbench I saw earlier and make me some antidotes. If those things are going to be flying around in here...
I can't do that.
You can't? What, are you full? Oh, sneak level... Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. Man, Extra Life popped in to say hi. That's like getting a visit from Mickey Mouse. Isn't it? That was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure. I'll bet they know each other at the very least. All right, where was that workbench? Workbench? Oh, I'll bet there's something I can open up there. Come on, they wouldn't make this big platform for me to climb up and have nothing at the top, would they? No, they wouldn't. Two things. Ah, a celebratory wajoosh. I thought I saw a workbench around here. Maybe I was imagining things. Oh, but that's a merchant. Hey, that's almost as good. Almost as good. Let me check the map. Okay, well, what's this? Oh, let's do the camp area. There's a side quest that I fulfill basically by activating camp areas. So that's one thing that I've appreciated already about this game, in addition to the other things I like about it, is it's got some nice checklist kind of quests that it encourages exploration in multiple ways. Crunch, crunch, crunch! That's right, John. Store take... Oh! Workbench! Yes! Alright. Let's make some antidotes. Oh, I can make a boatload of these. Okay. I usually like to have 7 on hand. That's kind of like, just because I figure it's a holy number. A number of completeness is what it represents usually in Scripture. And so, you know, if I don't have money to go like all out and get 20 of something, then I usually feel like 7. 7 is good in Final Fantasy for this thing that will counteract a time stop condition or a stun condition, you know? Because those can be pretty specific, so I figure 7. 7's good. That'll get me out of, like, a dungeon that I'm in over my head in, you know? John Wilkerson says, my kids can't wait for the Frozen socks. You know what I should do next year? Oh, I just thought of this! Because you said my kids, and then I saw the word Frozen. My mind went to the animated movie. Next year, Dang it, if I can find them cheap, because I don't want to spend too much money on this, I will get frozen socks. Wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be terrible. All right. Frozen 2 coming out soon. I don't think I'm going to review it, but it was kind of penciled into my calendar just in case there was nothing else for me to review. I was considering doing that. I don't know. It's there are a few of kind of borderline things as far as like what I will review or cover. That one example would be like a spy movie, because like spy movies can be close to what I would consider geek fiction, and for me to be geek fiction, it has to deal with something that cannot take place in reality. So it has to deal with magic or supernatural or science fiction or something that cannot take place, as far as we know, in the real world. And some spy movies fall into that category because they're just using technology that's really 10 years from now kind of technology, or 5 years from now kind of technology. It can kind of qualify, you know. And similarly, family movies that have like sci-fi and fantasy settings can sometimes be on the border for me. And Frozen, I think, too, not just because of its setting, but because of how strong the themes were that they were playing with in the first one, and some of the meta commentary, the meta themes going on in that, just kind of make me interested in potentially covering it. But you looking for the Terminator movie? I can get it for you. My parents are wanting to borrow Terminator 2 because they're going to see the new one. I don't know what that means. There's a number that I've written in there.
Okay. Thank
you. All right. I'm not doing Frozen underwear, John. You gave me that idea last year. I am not doing Frozen. How do I even do that? I mean, like, I guess on camera, I didn't show much of myself today when I changed shirts. But I would have to be so stinking careful. That could just go wrong. That could just go wrong in a very bad way, trying to do that live. I do not want my YouTube channel to be, like, instantly deleted because I exposed myself on a live stream, even by accident. That's too scary. And it wouldn't be the same to like put the Frozen underwear on over like underwear I already had on. That would probably still have its own intensity to it, but I need to heal. Gamma James observes some of the more recent Call of Duty games seem to be in that category. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I haven't played many of them hands-on in recent years. I did try there was one futuristic one where you could suddenly do crazy jumping and stuff, and I did a trial and error video on that. But I think even the ones that are less sci-fi are kind of like dipping into that territory, you know. So yeah, absolutely. And you know, one game that I did review that, well, no, actually, I think it does qualify because of its setting. But like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, if I would have reviewed Ghost Recon Wildlands at the time of its launch, it wouldn't have qualified as something that like could not happen. Oh, jeez! Oh my gosh. It's not even a scary game and it still got me. I think it was that noise. Did you hear that noise? That was a disturbing noise. It sounded like a snake, a flying snake coming down from above. No good. No good. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Ghost Recon Wildlands. It had that Predator live event that they added later for free, which certainly puts it into the realm of science fiction, but the base game itself doesn't land in there. But Breakpoint does. Breakpoint has tech that is like, that's tomorrow's tech. Not far distant tomorrow, but it's... I think there's arguably some stuff in there that's like tomorrow's tech. So John Wilkerson says do it off screen, like put on the frozen... Yeah, but then you don't get to see my face. You would just hear, like, my reactions. I don't know if that's going to be enough for people. If I put in the milestones the promise of I will put on frozen underwear, I'd have to qualify it by saying I will put it on off screen. You'll just hear me. But trying to get my face on camera, what if at that moment, that's when the little swivel joint on the webcam decides it's going to give out and just go... Disaster! Disaster. But Gavin James says, even over pants, that would be really cold. And I think you're probably right. Or if I just wore another pair of underwear, you know? Just to be safe. Well, I could even do, like, boxers. And then I could totally show even, you know, like a full body shot. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. I am going to have to come up with some new stuff. Because we got through almost all of my milestones. And I don't think the peanut butter and jelly on my face while talking about horror movies is going to have the same... pull of curiosity that it might have had this year. You know, it's like been there, done that, right? So we hit maybe one of my milestones last year, which I think was the first year I did the milestone thing. This year we got almost all of them. So I have to come up with a totally new repertoire of milestones. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'll tell you what, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I think I'm finally past the Benadryl. I think I finally burned it off. Because my energy levels are feeling really good right now. Especially given that I just ate lunch. It's not uncommon for me to have a bit of a crash after I've got a full belly after lunch. Not feeling that now. So that's a very, very good sign. My energy levels were very high yesterday, which I also took as a good sign, because I was sick and down on energy. Well, I don't know at the end of the day if I was actually sick, but I was down on energy and I had a runny nose on Wednesday. And just have done everything I could in the meantime since then to rest up, pill up, get recovered to be ready for this. And so right now is the first time today that I feel like, okay, I think I can confirm I'm in really good shape to do this. So very, very cool. Very exciting. Let's drink some water to celebrate. Got to keep those pipes lubricated.